Alright, come on, buddy, get back here. Where are you going? What could you possibly be finding up there that's interesting for you? Is it like gray dwarves or something like that? Like, what are you doing? Oh, wait a second. Is that what I think it is? Is that a troll? Oh, that's definitely a troll. Yeah, okay, now I can't interact with this. I want to watch this fight and see who wins. Although the Abomination's already pretty damaged. Yeah. It's still kind of interesting that the troll won that fight and basically took no damage. It looks like, oh, this is Valheim Ultracore. Hey everyone, welcome back to Valheim Ultracore. Last time I entered the swamp and things went fairly well, I'd say. Now between episodes, I have done some base enhancements. You can see I've got a cultivator, which means I'm able to plant carrots and turnips again, which is amazing. I was really missing those foods. And using the cultivator, I also, of course, spruced up the base a little bit with some grass. I cut back on these birch trees now that I have an axe capable of cutting them down, because they were in the way for the longest time after I died. I also went crypt diving over here and got some new furnaces and smelters, some new kilns and some smelters so that I could smelt ores up here as well. These are not the same ones from my other base in the swamp. And I also got these guys right here, which was not the easiest process. I wish I had filmed that because it took me about 15 minutes to get them into this cage. Not a good time. But they're going to be very useful going forward for sausages and things like that, so I'm very excited to have them. And they should be getting tamed here, like, very, very soon. They're not quite there, so let's see if we can take a look here. Yeah, 92%, so pretty close, so that should be happening pretty soon. Heading inside here, there's been some other changes as well. So I've got some new fermenters with some minor stamina beads in there, and there's an upstairs section. I put the staircase over here and move the portals over to the top floor so that I could have a little bit more space downstairs. And we're heading right back into the swamp today because I've got one very important thing to do, and that's get rid of that temporary swamp base. And with that, I decided to channel my inner Jod, a player from my multiplayer servers, and build a base up in an invincible tree in the swamp. So I decided to construct this janky ass staircase that will probably almost definitely result in a death of mine at some point during the series. And once I was up tall enough, I decided to build a fairly small platform for now. I was going to expand it later, but I just needed a place to be safe in the swamp. So added some walls in, things like that, and all that was missing was the roof. Now luckily, I was very nearby my temporary swamp base in the last episode, so it was pretty easy to move things over and get set up. So I built my portal and renamed it Mauritania, of course. Built a forge, as well as my bellows, grabbed some iron, and started smelting it up so I could build a stone cutter because I really wanted to move my smelters up to the new swamp base. And I had a good idea here to build a platform, and the timing could not have been more perfect. Yeah, I got raided. Love the raids. I love the raids. But this time I was in my invincible swamp base, or at least in my swamp base on the invincible tree. So I just kind of ran up to the top to chill, wait for the raid to be over, and made sure to just kind of repair things as much as I could to keep things going until the raid was ended. After that, I placed my stone cutter, which unlocked a plethora of new recipes, as well as my smelter, so I can start smelting things up here on my little stone platform. And finally decided to start gathering some materials. I went iron mining. Luckily the crypt was so close it was easy to transport back, and I started smelting up all of the bars right away. And it wasn't very long before I could start putting some new upgrades in, like this iron helmet, as well as upgrading some of my other pieces of armor, like my iron greaves and things along those lines. One raid, two raid, troll raid. Seriously, fuck you raids. Alright, I'm back here in these swamps now, and yeah, See that tree stump right there? That's right next to my swamp base? That has not been there the entire time. Now, when I did come to this swamp originally in the last episode, I actually did trigger an abomination spawn in this area. And it kind of wandered off. And I just assumed it was out there doing something somewhere and I hadn't seen it yet, which was great. But it must have died. And if I had to guess, I would assume that it died to the plains biome that's connected to the swamp over there on the other side. I did see the plains biome, and I just ran the other way and got away from it as far and as fast as I could so that the mosquitoes didn't come murder me. So that's the only thing I can assume that happened, which is fine, because now I can kill him, and I can get myself a Root Harness. As much as I hate the Root Harness, and trust me, I really, really hate the Root Harness. Have you ever seen me in one of those in any of my videos? No. As much as I hate it, I'm going to definitely need it for the Pierce resistance. So, yeah, that's what we're going for. Oh yeah, by the way, raid. Bet you would have never guessed that was coming. Alright, intermission over, and we're back to work. Now, he just keeps running off on me, which is really rude, to be honest. I'm trying to fight him here on the ground like a man, and he just keeps running off on me. Alright, come on, buddy, get back here. Where are you going? What could you possibly be finding up there that's interesting for you? Is it like Grey Dwarves or something like that? Like, what are you doing? Oh, wait a second. Is that what I think it is? Is that a troll? Oh, that's definitely a troll. Okay, now I can't interact with this. I want to watch this fight and see who wins. Although the abomination's already pretty damaged. Yeah. Still kind of interesting that the troll won that fight and basically took no damage. It looks like, oh look, another raid. Yeah, I know you guys are probably tired of hearing about the raids. Probably just as tired as I am of experiencing the raids. In total, I think there were 15 raids in the video clips that I've recorded to this point. 15 raids. And luckily I'm safe now, like most of them can't get to me, but still, I'm just tired of them. But that's okay. Probably the last raid for the video, I hope.
Round 2. Fight!
Alright, so this is the second abomination spawn in my swamp here that I've found. Now, I've basically explored the entire area. It's actually a very small swamp, which probably doesn't come through in the videos because I don't do too much exploring unless something happens in the videos. But it's quite small. So, I'm going to kill this guy, I'm going to get my Root Harness, and then I'm going to probably have to go find another swamp, at least for collecting more of the abomination parts, as well as to fight Bone Mass eventually anyways. Because these guys take a long time to respawn. Now, one weird thing that's happening is I'm starting to feel very comfortable here in the swamp. And that's dangerous. Like, I've got my Iron Mace up here, I've got better armor, you know, I've got the meads that I need. Of course, there is reason to feel comfortable. But the swamp has this way of just making you regret feeling like you know what you're doing and you're gonna just come out on top. It's quite depressing sometimes.
Finish him! Fatality.
Alright, so Root Harness acquired, which is great. So it's time to head home and make this thing. And there we are, Root Harness. So let's go ahead and just ceremoniously throw out my Troll Top. I don't need it anymore. It's kind of my trash can right now until I get an Obliterator. And we'll put this thing on. Yeah, there it is in all of its glory. Man, this thing is so hideous. It's just so ugly. The fashionscape is not real. I mean, I love the pierce resistance. The stats on it are great. And I just don't like that it's so meta, and I just don't like how it looks. But, you know, Gotta do what you gotta do to survive out here in this world. Alright, placing a portal down now. And, yeah, I'm gonna be naming this one Bone Daddy. Because it's time to go find bone mass. Now, I'm not taking on bone mass yet. I've still got a little bit of things I want to do before I do that. I've got Drake raids coming if I beat bone mass, and I am not ready for Drake raids. I will absolutely die. But with that being said, it is time to head out and at least find the spawn for bone mass. Get down a portal, you know, maybe find some more upgrades, some more abominations to increase my armor levels there a little bit. And who knows what else I'll find. Could be something else out there that I really like. And this boat, yeah, the wind is of course against me, because the wind's always against me, and my boat driving skills, maybe not the best boat driving skills in all of Valheim, but, you know, it gets the job done, you know. Okay, we are off. So, I went north last time to go find the first swamp I was in, and I think for this time I'm just going to head off here to the west and just kind of, I assume this is the west, I don't actually know that that's the west. I also don't know that it was actually the north that I went last time. I'm going to head this direction. And we're just going to see what I get into. The first swamp I find that's like got some good size to it, I'm going to stop and do some exploring. With that, everyone, that is the end of this episode. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And consider subscribing if you're not already. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. Bone mass is coming. And I'm not really ready. Mentally, physically, spiritually, anythingly. Oh man. Bye.